I'm going to show you behind the scenes of this studio space that I use to live stream to Amazon and show you how I actually stream to Amazon step by step. If you're brand new to this channel, my name is Monty Weaver. Help you navigate this world of digital, tech, social media. And today I'm going to show you what it takes to live stream on Amazon. Now, there's a lot of equipment here in the studio and there's no way that I'm going to cover everything, but I will go over some of the essential things that I use to actually live stream when it comes to Amazon or any other platform that requires live streaming. So let me first start off with lighting. Right now in this space, I just recently moved into a basement and setting up in this area. I have a few lights that are essential to lighting this particular area. The first one is the Aperture 120D light, and it also comes with a softbox. It's a huge softbox. There are actually two different components that you could purchase, and the softbox gives me just enough light to cast on me to make sure that the lighting is proper. I could definitely turn it up if I wanted to, or turn it down depending on the effect. Now the Aperture 120D also has different effects that I don't necessarily use. I just need a big softbox light to light up this space. On the other side, I actually have a newer bi-panel color light as well, and this helps to fill in the darkness, the shadows that could persist in this area. And then I also have a small little key light that kind of fills in some of the darkness. It's a little panel light as well that is just powered by plugging it into a traditional power outlet, and it kind of fills in some of the darkness. Then I also use an RGB color light. Now this RGB gives me a little bit of color, maybe based on the mood or the vibe. So I can change it to different colors such as blue or red or green. So whatever color I want to kind of bring into this live stream, I can definitely do that using an RGB light. The next vital part of the live streaming setup are the cameras, and I use PTZ cameras in this space primarily. PTZ cameras allow you to pan, tilt, and zoom. So you can literally have one camera that can give you multiple different camera angles, and you can control it all by using an actual controller that comes with most PTZ cameras, or a dedicated PTZ controller that allows you to connect multiple cameras together and control all the cameras with one controller. That controller that I specifically use is a PTZ Optics Super Joy controller because it just gives you a lot of flexibility overall with using the PTZ cameras on your internal network as well. So on one side of the setup, I use the A10 20X PTZ camera. This camera, along with a lot of other cameras and equipment, have been sent over to me, so I've just figured out a way to incorporate them all into my live streaming setup. The A10 20X PTZ camera is a pretty new camera and I love it. It works really great, and it also can be paired with its own PTZ controller that A10 sells. Now, to learn more about the actual equipment that I use and some of the additional accessories that can go along with it, everything will be linked into the description of this video. Now the front facing shot is a Pursuit 30X PTZ camera. Now I definitely don't need a 30 times zoom on this face, but it is one of the cameras that I have here, so definitely wanted to put it to use. And just like the A10 PTZ camera, it has the same capabilities, just a longer distance that I can use to zoom in if I needed to do so. Now on the other side of the room, I have a PTZ Optics 12X PTZ. Now this camera has been featured in a lot of my videos here on the channel. It is one of the first PTZ cameras that I've ever owned and has definitely stuck with me through a lot of scenarios when it comes to video production and live streaming. So the PTZ Optics is also the manufacturer of that controller that I mentioned earlier, and just having that combination, it just works really well together. So those are the three cameras that face me in this direction, but I also have one more camera. Now, if we take a look up, I have my BZB Gear 20X camera as well. Now, this is my top-down overhead shot to capture anything that I put on the desk. So it is really nice to have an overhead shot for product demonstrations for live streaming. So definitely have to have that overhead shot, and the BZB Gear camera is giving that to me. All of these cameras, along with my laptop and my iPad, are connected to one centralized location. And that device is the A10 Mini Extreme ISO. Now, what I really love about this device is it allows me to connect all my cameras, my laptop, and my iPad using simple HDMI connections. This makes it easy to switch between any camera angle or my actual laptop or iPad if I want to show that on screen. So rather than having a whole bunch of cameras connected to one computer, I have one device, the A10 Mini, which is connected directly to my laptop via a USB cable. So now I can bring in any device into my live stream production as a webcam essentially. And this makes it also easy for me to record all the different camera angles at any given time if I want to repurpose content for other social platforms. The A10 Mini Extreme allows me to see all my different input devices, so I can see all my camera angles and also see which angle is live. So this is really good to help in my live streaming workflow. Now let's start with the audio that I have for this setup. Primarily, when I need to keep my hands free, I'm using a boom microphone, and that's the Sennheiser MKH50 microphone. I have that on a simple boom arm, just out of frame, but yet still close enough to be heard when I'm lined up directly in front of my microphone. But sometimes I need to move around. I need to show you how things work and are connected, and I have to step away from the microphone. And so if I have to do that, the boom is not the best choice because you won't be able to hear me. So in those situations, I like to switch over to my Shure wireless lapel microphone, which was what I'm going to be using today in my live stream. And I'll show you that in a couple seconds. Now, those are just two of the microphones that I use, but all my audio is essentially routed through the Rodecaster Pro 2. This allows me to bring in multiple input devices and monitor my audio as well as adjust for any settings that I need. The Rodecaster Pro 2 is routed into my ATEM switcher. Again, the essential part of all the connections of the cameras as well. And everything is ran out of my ATEM into my laptop. So my connections might seem like a lot, but it's pretty simple when it comes to directly connecting to the laptop because it's one cable. Now it's time to start getting into the setup of Amazon Live, and I've switched over my audio onto my Shure lapel microphone so that I can be completely hands-free going forward for the rest of today, and I can actually move around over here to my laptop and still have good quality audio. So keep that in mind. Audio is definitely important for your viewers. They need to be able to hear you when you move around your studio and your overall environment. Now that I've shown you a little bit of what I use to go live, let's actually talk about going live on Amazon. The first step for me is to create a theme. What am I going to actually talk about during my Amazon live show? What am I going to feature for products? So I primarily talk about tech. If it has anything to do with tech, it's pretty easy for me to show up on live stream and have the knowledge of that product. So I'm going to do a show centered around content creator technology and tools. So if anybody is live streaming or creating content for social media, then I'm going to showcase different products that would be essential in their content creator life. Now that I've shown you the equipment that I use to produce the live stream, let's actually talk about setting up the live stream. Now, as it stands today, currently, you do need an iOS device to live stream on Amazon, either an iPhone or an iPad. I primarily use an iPad when I live stream just because it's a larger device and I want to keep my iPhone just free for emails or for phone calls. So let's jump over to our computer and our iPad to get things set up. So the first thing I'm going to do is go into my Amazon Live Creator app, and then I'm going to go down to the bottom and create a new show. Now, one of the very first steps is to add a thumbnail image to your show. Now, I want to actually come back to that because it's a little bit of a process if you don't already have your thumbnails created. So we're going to go down to the next section that says products. What am I going to feature in this show? I'm going to feature things related to content creation. So I'm going to go into add, and I'm going to look for some of the products that allow for content creation. Some of the newer videos that I've recently been recording are around my drone. So I'm going to add the drone items here. Everything that I've recently talked about, because it's going to be pretty easy for me to talk about the drones. I'm also going to look for video production stuff because we definitely need that as a content creator. Now, something I've mentioned a little bit earlier here was my A-Video-1 camera that I'm using, so I'm going to add that. Let's see what else we have in here. My PTZ optics camera we mentioned earlier, so I'm going to use that as well. Let's go on down into accessories, and one of the accessories that I use quite frequently are batteries. So for microphones, like my wireless lapel right now requires batteries. And let's see if we have anything else in here that we want to talk about. Definitely want to talk about HDMI cables because I use those all the time. Hard drives, content creators need to save their data. Also, if you're out and on the go, a backpack that allows you to put in your equipment. So I'm going to add that into my product carousel as well. Let's jump into lighting. Let's see if we have anything in here that I want to talk about. The Voltrox light, I've actually talked about that as part of what I use for this live stream. We talked about the bicolor light and both of the aperture light and light dome itself. And let's kind of look and see headphones, what we got here we can talk about. So some of my favorite headphones are the Ionic 50s. So I'll add those in here in the carousel. And then also I love my Shure SE215s. I use those right here beside me. So I will add these into the product carousel as well. And just a couple more. We'll take a look at microphones. I'll go ahead and add my Shure MV7 in here. We'll also add some audio XLR cables because those are important as well. So I think we have a good list of items that we can talk about, and I'll probably add a little bit more as well before the show starts. Now we want to add a title. So we'll click on add a title, and I'll simply name this Content Creator Tech. We'll go ahead and save that. We'll go down and select the show time. Now currently it is 12:13 Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to actually set this up for about 12:45, which gives me enough time to walk you through how to do this at a good pace and actually record this in a way that actually makes sense. So I don't want to rush it, but if you are going to schedule a live stream, consider even scheduling your live streams for the next day or later in the week so that you have time to promote your live streams to your audience as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put in 12:45, which gives me enough time to get ready. I'm going to go ahead and select save. And then for video source, I always live stream from my computer, but you do have the option to live stream from your mobile device, either that iPhone or iPad. So by default, you'll see horizontal phone, and I'm going to select that option and change that to external camera. And when I select external camera, I'm going to be giving the option to get a stream URL and a stream key. Now, this is going to be important because we're going to be actually using a platform called BeLive. So if you have not checked out BeLive yet, we're going to talk about that very shortly because it's one of the best platforms that you can use for live streaming on Amazon. So that URL and that stream key information are going to be essential to you for live streaming. So you want to make sure that you click that little up arrow and send this information to yourself, either via email or Facebook message or another option that just allows you to receive that data. So we're going to go ahead and save this. We do have the option to do practice mode if we would like. So if you're brand new to live streaming or just want to test some things out, you can set up practice mode. If you have promo codes, this is your chance to enter that now with the promo codes option, and you can actually share out your live stream within the app as well. We're going to scroll back up to the top because one of the things that we needed to do is add the thumbnail image. So the way that I have my thumbnails, they're actually created from my graphic designer who's amazing. So I have those stored on my computer. So I'm going to go into our folder that we have our thumbnails, and I'm going to download the blue version of Content Creator Tech. And then I'm going to send this to myself via Facebook Messenger. I'm going to open up Messenger and drag and drop this to myself. Then I'm going to go back into my Messenger on my phone. I'm going to go back to my Messenger on my iPad and save the thumbnail. Open back up the Amazon app, add thumbnail, select the thumbnail that I just saved, and now I have it for my live stream ready to go. Now I can go ahead and close this window, and if I look at my live streams in the carousel below, I can see that this upcoming live stream is scheduled for 12:45 p.m. and it's ready to go. One of the things that I like to do is just check to make sure my live stream is scheduled. So I'm going to go over to amazon.com/live/Monty Weaver. And I scroll down and can see that I have an upcoming live stream scheduled successfully. And if I go ahead and click on that, I can also see the products that are going to be in my product carousel that I'm going to feature during the live stream. So everything is set up and configured in the app. Now it's time to jump into our live stream software called BeLive. Now, BeLive is sponsoring this video, so make sure that you do check them out. And if you've never used the platform, sign up for the free trial. You got 14 days to test it all out. So thankful for BeLive because they are one of the first platforms that actually embraced Amazon live streamers. So their platform is definitely set up to make the live streaming experience on Amazon a lot better than just using any platform. So let's jump over into the BeLive website. And if you look at the very top, BeLive actually has a section for Amazon Live. That's how dedicated they are to Amazon live streamers. I'm going to jump into my account and click on Start Broadcast. And it's time to set everything up. So first step is to go into edit my destination. Now I use BeLive regularly to go live on Amazon, but I've cleared the slate so that you can see what it looks like right out of the box if this is your first time using it. At the very top, I'm going to go into select destination. I'm going to go down to Amazon Live, and you'll see that the stream URL is already set. However, we do need the stream key, stream URL, and tracking ID if you would like. So first, I need to grab that information that we got earlier from the app. So I'm going to go and track that down. Now, do not share your URL or stream key with anyone because that is information that is specifically for your account. Now that we've verified our URL and added our stream key, next step is to add our channel URL. So I'm going to do just that. HTTPS amazon.com/live/channel/Monty Weaver. I'm going to go ahead and hit save. Now we need to add our camera and our microphone. Now, depending on your particular setup, it may be a little different from mine. Because as I mentioned earlier, I have all my audio and cameras connected through my A10 switcher. So let me walk you through how this is done. I'm going to go and select on camera, and then at the bottom, you'll see that I have a few different options, and I'll make this a little bit bigger. This camera is not the camera that I want. I want my professional PTZ cameras because this is the built-in laptop camera. So in order to switch cameras, if you have multiple, you just select the gear icon, go to video settings, and I'm going to select the Blackmagic camera. And so now I have a different camera angle showing up, which is actually my side view camera. And if I want to see my other cameras, I simply can go into my Blackmagic software, and then I can select the different cameras. So let's minimize this. So I can select camera 1 or camera 3 or camera 4. And we can also select our overhead, which is camera 6. So definitely wanted to switch my camera in the BeLive software. Also want to go back in gear icon and select my microphone. And so the correct microphone for me is the Rodecaster Pro 2 microphone, or I could actually use the Blackmagic. So I actually have two different options. And for this scenario, to keep it simple, we'll just use the Blackmagic. So all of my audio and all of my videos are coming through my Blackmagic, which is now brought into the BeLive software. Now, BeLive allows you to do a lot in terms of having a nice, engaging live stream. So let's look through some of the features of the software. Over on the left-hand side, underneath that camera option, we do have the ability to bring in guests. So if I want to invite a guest to be live with me at the same time, I can do that by copying this link and sending it to them, and they'll be able to join as a guest. We can do screen share, so I can select my screen, and typically I do a screen share if I'm showing something that's on the Amazon website. If there's a deal, or if there's a specific function that I want to highlight, or there's images or product videos, I can do a screen share and bring that onto my Amazon live stream. So we'll go ahead and cancel that for now, but I may actually use that during today's live stream. The next section is media, and if I click on that, I can upload different pictures or video graphics, and this is really good if you're trying to do B-roll. So if you've taken videos or pictures of the product and you want to show that on screen, you can do it by going to media and selecting upload. Live sales is a pretty cool option as well. So if you want to add your product carousel into your live stream, you can actually do that using the live sales function here. We'll go down to the next step is on-screen agenda. And if you have an actual agenda run of show that you want to do to keep notes, you can do that in this section. Just click new list and create a on-screen text agenda. And then one of my favorite sections is branding. So if you have specific colors that you want to use for your live streams, or maybe you have a specific logo that you want to incorporate in your live streams, you can do that using the logo function here as well. So we'll go ahead and close this out. And then if we look at the very top of this window here, we see that we have full network quality strength, which is always a good thing to make sure that your network is good and reliable. And then over on the far right, we'll be able to see any comments or host chat information if we have another guest on with us for this live stream. But we're just going to focus on public comments for this time around. Now that we have all the equipment set up and the software set up, I need to go and gather the devices and the equipment that I'm going to share on Amazon Live. So I'm going to get all of that set up, prepped, and then we're actually going to hit the go live button, and then I'll show you what that looks like as well. Now, one other tool that I didn't mention but comes in really handy for me is a confidence monitor. So directly underneath the camera in front of me, I have a basic TV plugged in that's acting as a second screen of my laptop. This allows me to pull my Amazon live stream right in front of me so that I can easily monitor the stream and engage in the chat and see what everybody is saying. So let me go ahead and get that set up because it's almost time to go live. So on my laptop, I'm going to go over to my Amazon live stream itself, amazon.com/live/Monty Weaver. And I'm going to go ahead and select my upcoming live stream and have it ready to go. And I'm going to pull this over to my monitor. So once I start live streaming, you'll be able to see the chat as well. Now, if you're not already following me, make sure that you click that follow button right there and follow me here on Amazon. That way you can start to receive alerts and see when I go live. So let's jump back into the studio mode. We can see that we are 1 minute away. So I'm going to go ahead and get the live stream set up so we can get started. In order to do that, I'm going to go ahead and select start on BeLive first. Once I get the countdown, then I know we're almost ready to go. One of the things that I like to do before I go actual live is to throw in a countdown timer. So I'm going to select on a countdown timer here, and then I'm going to give it a 1 minute countdown. This allows me to see that the live stream has successfully started. And then sometimes if I'm playing any music, I can make sure that audio is working properly as well. So we'll just do the 2 minute one. So we'll do 2 minutes. And so now we see that everything is set up in BeLive. Our 2 minute countdown is starting, but you may wonder why you don't see anything on the live stream yet. That's because we actually need to come into the app, go into select preview, and once the go live tab is highlighted, then we'll actually be live on Amazon. So now that the tab is highlighted, we are just about ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and move my camera out of the way here. I'm gonna go ahead and select go live. What is going on, everybody? Monty Weaver here, and welcome to the live stream. We're gonna talk about content creator tech today. So if you are looking for different tools to help you create more content on social media, on your digital platforms, this is going to be the live stream for you today. Hope you guys enjoyed today's live stream. Hope you guys check out the products here. I see a lot of people clicking on the rock piles. So yeah, definitely take advantage of those coupons. Hope you guys see something that you like. And with that, I'll see you guys on my next live stream, and have a great rest of your day. And we'll end our live stream here.